I loved the Kosovan people. I loved Kosovo. And it's amazing now to see that people are rebuilding their lives. And
Kjo është Sally Becker, humanistja britanike që rrezikoi jetën e saj për të ndihmuar shqiptarët e Kosovës gjatë luftës në vitin 1998. Por ajo misionet humanitare I kishte nisur me shpërtimin e luftrave në Jugosllavi, e nxitur nga pamjet me fëmijë e gratë bllokuara në zonat e luftës. Në këto misione ishte burgosur, plagosur, rrahur e kishte hyrë edhe në grevë. Becker ishte piktore në kohën kur nisi lufta në Bosnje dhe Hercegovinë. Në misionin e parë humanitar, ajo drejtoi 57 ambulanca e kamion me ndihmë nga Britania e Madhe për në Mostar me 1993. Ajo e gjeti këtë qytet në ndrethim, ku forcat kroate, bosnjake dhe serbe luftonin kundër njëra tjetrës. Becker e bëri atë që të tjerët nuk e bënin dot, largimin e fëmijëve nga zonat e luftës.
I took an ambulance across the front line and I brought out about 5 very badly injured children. And then I was asked, as we were leaving, there was another explosion and more children were injured. And I was asked to come back. The doctor said, will you come back for more children? We need you. And I said yes. And that's how it started. I began going back and forth.
Si rezultat I misioneve të shumta të shpëtimit të jetëve, ajo në Bosnje njihet si Engjëlli Mostarit. Me nisjen e luftës në Kosovë, Becker thotë se nuk mund të arrinte duar kryq. Fillimisht solli ndihma në Prishtinë dhe në zonat e luftës.
To the UK, I was told that Milosevic had ordered all the borders to be closed, so no aid organizations could go in or out. So we decided that we would take the next convoy to northern Albania, to Tropoje.
Aty e kishte kuptuar se në pjesën tjetër të kufirit, fëmijët kishin mbetur pa përkujdese mjekësore. E ndihmuar nga ushtarët e UÇK-s, Becker niset për në Kosovë.
It was a very big bag containing liquid paracetamol and all kinds of medications for children. And we took them across the mountains. It was terrible. I don't like to walk anyway, so to have to walk across mountains at night, worrying about Serb patrols was a nightmare for me.
Në fshatin Smolitës të Gjakovës, asaj ju kërkua një favor. Familjet kërkonin ndihmë për të kaluar kufirin drejt Shqipërisë. Në mesin e tyre ishte edhe nëna dhe 2 motrat e Ded Hisenit, tash majorit të FSK-s, I cili e risolli në kujtesë kontributin e Beckerit në rrëfimin e tij të luftës për Radion Evropa e Lirë. Deda në atë kohë ishte vetëm 12 vjeçar.
Prej aty, me intensifikimin e madh të luftimeve në periudhën kohore 98, në atë kohë është paraqit një angleze, Sally Becker.
And I knew that so many thousands of people had crossed already that I wasn't too concerned. But suddenly there was the sound of machine gun fire, and most of the group raced back into the forest. And I turned round as I was preparing to follow them, and I saw that one of the women, called Hannah, which was Dede's mother, she was trapped beneath a tree. She was there with her 10-year-old daughter, Drita, and the baby, 16-month-old Dorantina. I just knew I couldn't leave them, but they were caught in this crossfire. So I crawled over to them, and Hannah and I, we tried to cover the children as best we could with our bodies. Honestly, I've been under fire several times previous to that in Bosnia, but I have never been so scared.
Becker me te e kishte kuptuar se duhej të dorëzohej. Njëri nga ushtarët serb I kishte kërkuar që t'i thriste njerëzit e tjerë që të dalin nga pylli, me premtimin se do të ishin të sigurt.
This soldier, he took his gun and he put his gun to my head and he said, tell them if they don't come out now, I'll shoot you. And then I was angry. You know, I'd been traveling for 3 days. We'd been on that mountain. I'd been scared. I was feeling guilty about the kids. And I lost my temper. And so I said to him, I am fed up with this. I really am. And I shouted at the top of my voice, run, run, run as fast as you can. And I didn't know if they heard me, but he then took me at gunpoint back to where Hannah and the children were sitting, and they basically arrested us.
Ushtarët serb I than Beckerit se të gjithë familjare që ishin me të, ishin vrarë, por ata e kishin gënjur. Ktheja kishte konfirmuar një konsull britanik, I cili kishte kontaktuar në qendrën e mbajtjes në afërsitë e Gjakovës. Pas 3 ditësh, Sally dhe Hana ishin dërguar në stacionin policor në Gjakovë.
And I managed to say to Hannah in the car, I said, Dede is fine, because I knew she was really worried about her son. And she looked at me because, of course, she didn't know if she was understanding me properly, and she couldn't think where I would know this from, and I didn't know how to convince her, but anyway.
Becker ishte dënuar me 30 ditë burgim për kalim ilegal të kufirit. Ajo kishte hyrë në grevë në burgun e Lipjanit, derisa ishte alivanosur.
Because all the time I could hear the fighter planes going overhead, and I knew that they were bombing places like Smolitsa and these other villages where so many innocent people were being injured or killed. And then I could hear screams from the cells upstairs, and I could see, sometimes when I was allowed outside for exercise, I saw prisoners who had been really badly beaten, men and women.
Ajo ishte liruar nga burgu pas 2 javësh me kërkesë të qeverisë britanike. Pas lirimit, Becker shkoi në Shkodër të Shqipërisë.
All the families that had come up the mountain were there, so I then set about on my next mission, which was to try and get them sent abroad for medical treatment.
Pas refuzimit të vizave nga qeveria britanike, ajo kishte shkuar në Bajramçurri për t'i dërguar një faks qeverisë britanike me lutjen që ta rikonsideroj vendimin për vizat. Në qytetin verior shqiptar gjatë kthimit në hotel, ajo ishte plagosur me armë në këmbë, ende nuk dihen arsyet e sulmit ndaj saj.
The president of Albania, he sent his Minister of Health to evacuate me. He came with a helicopter and he said, okay, we're going to take you to Tirana, Miss Becker, where you can get proper treatment. And I said, how can I go unless you're going to bring the kids? Are you going to bring the children? He said, no, it's not that kind of helicopter. We can't fit all the children in the helicopter. So I said, well, I can't leave.
Ajo ishte kthyer në vendlindje në Britaninë të Madhe në fund të vitit 1998 dhe tek atëherë kishte bërë trajtim adekuat për plagën e këmbë. Një vit më vonë, në vitin 99, Becker është bërë nën e një vajze. Pas Kosovës, ajo ka vazhduar me misionet e tjera, ndërto edhe në Çeçeni. Në Irak kishte ndihmuar minoritetin Yazidi, që u përball me përsekutim nga militantët e Shtetit Islamik. Tani ajo ka krijuar aplikacionin Save a Child. Përmes tij shpreson që t'i mbledh mbi 1000 specialistë të pediatrisë për të ofruar ndihmë online për fëmijët në zonat e luftës dhe zonat e varfra.
So now there's no need for me to go trekking across front lines or across mountains or driving under fire. Instead, we can use the app and hopefully save thousands of lives.
Becker shpreson se një ditë do të kthehet në Kosovë dhe t'i shoh të gjithë ata që u përpoq t'i ndihmonte në 1998, duke përfshirë edhe Major Dedën.
Knowing that he's a major and he's there ready to defend his country, it's an amazing thought that he came from there to this, and I've never seen him since he was that little boy. Quite often we do things in life which we think we're supposed to do because that's what we're best at. So I was an artist because I liked painting and I thought I was fairly good at it. I realize now I wasn't good at all. I was not a great artist and I never would have been. But I felt that helping kids, bringing them out of war zones, besieged areas, that's what I did best.